Interests are rarely random. What a person chooses to spend time on often reveals more about their inner world than what they openly declare about themselves. Hobbies, preferences, obsessions, and curiosities function as psychological signatures. They expose values, unmet needs, personality structure, and even hidden aspirations. While behavior in social settings may be filtered by expectation, interest is driven by internal pull. It contains traces of authenticity. When someone repeatedly gravitates towards certain themes, whether music, strategy games, physical endurance sports, art, technology, or social activism, those patterns reflect cognitive style and emotional orientation. An individual drawn to structured, rule-based activities may value predictability and control. Someone attracted to improvisational art forms may tolerate ambiguity and seek emotional expression. The choice is rarely accidental. Interests develop at the intersection of temperament and environment. Early childhood curiosity often reflects innate cognitive bias. Some children dismantle objects to understand mechanics. Others immerse themselves in storytelling. Others seek physical challenge. Though life circumstances shape development, these early patterns often persist in modified form. Adults who claim they have no hobbies frequently suppress rather than lack interest. Suppression often correlates with fear of judgment or lack of perceived permission to explore. Observing interest requires attention to intensity and consistency. Casual enjoyment differs from sustained fascination. Sustained fascination reveals intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation differs from socially rewarded activity. A person may pursue a prestigious career for status, but spend late nights researching astronomy purely for personal fascination. That private fascination may reveal a deeper cognitive orientation than the public career path. Interests also expose emotional regulation style. Individuals who prefer solitary hobbies may recharge through reflection and internal processing. Those drawn to highly social activities may regulate mood through external interaction. Thrill-seeking hobbies, such as extreme sports, may indicate sensation-seeking personality traits. Creative hobbies may signal openness to experience and abstract thinking. Collecting behaviors may reveal attachment to memory and continuity. Even aesthetic preferences, minimalism versus maximalism, muted tones versus vivid color, suggest underlying psychological tendencies. Group affiliation through shared interests further clarifies identity structure. People form communities around music genres, gaming cultures, professional networks, fitness styles, or ideological frameworks. These affiliations provide belonging and reinforcement of values. When someone defends an interest passionately, it often represents more than taste. It represents identity. Criticizing that interest may feel like criticizing the self. Understanding this dynamic improves communication and prevents unnecessary conflict. Interests also reveal aspiration. A person drawn to leadership biographies may be unconsciously modeling ambition. Someone fascinated by survival narratives may be processing anxiety about instability. Someone deeply engaged with philosophical texts may be searching for existential coherence. What captures attention repeatedly often indicates a question the psyche is trying to answer. If interests reveal identity, they also predict behavior. Preferences guide decision-making patterns. A person who values strategic complexity in leisure activities may approach work challenges analytically. Someone who thrives in collaborative hobbies may prefer team-oriented environments professionally. Observing how someone engages with their interests, whether casually, competitively, obsessively, or creatively, provides insight into how they approach goals generally. Depth of engagement matters. Some pursue hobbies for relaxation. Others pursue mastery. Mastery orientation reflects growth mindset and tolerance for delayed gratification. Social orientation in hobbies may reflect need for validation or shared energy. Independent pursuit may reflect autonomy preference. None of these traits are inherently superior. They simply describe psychological configuration. Interests also shift during life transitions. A sudden change in hobby pattern can signal internal change. Someone who abandons long-held activities may be experiencing identity reevaluation. Someone who intensifies involvement may be compensating for dissatisfaction elsewhere. Behavioral shifts in leisure often precede explicit life decisions. Observing these shifts allows anticipation of change. Romantic compatibility often aligns with shared or complementary interests. When individuals respect each other's passions, even without sharing them, they demonstrate psychological maturity. Dismissing a partner's interest undermines identity validation. Conversely, curiosity about another's hobby strengthens intimacy. In leadership contexts, understanding employees' interests enhances motivation. Aligning projects with intrinsic curiosity increases engagement. Incentives alone rarely produce sustained performance. Intrinsic interest does. However, interest can also conceal avoidance. Some individuals immerse themselves in hobbies to escape unresolved responsibilities. Distinguishing healthy passion from avoidance requires examining balance. Does the interest energize and integrate with life, or does it isolate and replace other commitments? Psychological insight requires nuance rather than assumption. Ultimately, interests function as windows into inner architecture. They reveal what stimulates attention, what calms anxiety, what excites imagination, and what provides meaning. While words may present curated identity, repeated choice reveals authentic orientation. To understand someone deeply, observe what they choose when no one is watching. Notice what they research late at night. Notice what topics animate their voice. Notice what activities they defend passionately. Interest rarely lies. It reflects desire, fear, curiosity, and aspiration intertwined. By studying these patterns carefully, we move beyond superficial labels and approach genuine psychological understanding.